I think that one thing about this that definitely discourages people is that it doesn't. They think that they have to be super big in order to make it. But you don't. I mean, yeah, the bigger
Or
you
they,
are, the
or I don't know if you've, I don't mean to cut you off, but they also think that this magical shout out from a big YouTuber is going to change their whole life. And all these people are going to watch them because of that.
Yeah, no, dude,
Yeah.
I literally had 106,000 subscribers on my main channel before I ever collaborated with anybody, and it just
Yeah. Same.
it took consistent posting, and I tell everybody the same thing. I'm like, dude, I am not big as it is, but like I can tell you, if just to get where I am, the only thing I really did was, like you just said, work my ass off, but
Just
stay
work your ass off.
consistent. I mean,
Uh-huh.
if you do catch a wave, the last thing you want to do is disappear from the ocean. You want to wait
No.
for the next one. You know what I'm saying? And YouTube is a lot like music for people.
Mm-hmm.
When you're talking those trends. Think about it. For artists, that's a hit song. So we have a hit song that's going now. You need to make sure that you're smart with that money and that you think about what life's going to be like till you have that next hit. Well, YouTube's like that too. You get one. If you're a trend YouTuber, you got to catch that trend. You got to ride it. Be smart with your money. Wait for the next one,
Yep.
because a lot of people. I think a lot of people could be bigger than what they are.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing that I was told early on. It's like, hey, if you have something that sticks and it's doing well and people are enjoying it and liking it, like do more of that. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was like, okay, people like these videos of us going to abandoned places in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. and like cool stuff happening. And like they loved the creep factor. They felt like they were there with us exploring. So we did more of it and more of
Yeah.
it. But then, after a while, I think with the saturation and within the genre, and it starts kind of becoming repetitive, and it
Yeah.
starts getting boring. And then, of course, as a content creator yourself, you're like, you know, I look, for me, like people always ask me, they're like, hey Omar, like what content do you love making the most? And I'm like, bro, I literally love making any content, like
Yeah.
making any content. But my favorite content is the content that people are going to enjoy. That's what it
Yeah.
comes down to. Because I mean, what's our purpose if we're creating content that people don't want to watch? And I mean, we put all that
Mhm.
time, we put all that effort into creating all these cool cinematics, all this time in and creating a script and like telling a story, and no one really is into it. So
Well,
I mean,
see, that's where it gets
that can get
crazy for
discouraging.
somebody at your caliber when you get to a okay. So when you get to a point when you're especially I would assume like in the million sub range, man, you're spending more money to make better, bigger content because now you can. How many times have I wanted to go
Right.
to Transylvania to make a video, but it doesn't make sense
That
for
would
me
be so
because
sick.
I mean, if
It's
the video
expensive.
doesn't make back the amount of money I spend to go there, it doesn't make dollars. It
Oh.
doesn't make sense. But as you get bigger, then you start doing these things that can take your channel to the next level, but also
Mhm.
your watchers experience. Like you're constantly trying to figure out that next experience. Like how can I keep it new so they want to keep watching?
Right.
And people
Yep.
don't realize, man, that's
Good
got to
point.
be discouraging on you
Oh, yeah.
because your content is no longer I'm going to drive down the street and jump into a dumpster. It's now I'm going to
No.
fly across the United States, jump on the Queen Mary and get a hotel and feed myself. And it's like, well, shit, if the video doesn't make $3,000, then that trip's not covered, right?
Right, right. Oh yeah. Oh man, I gotta tell you something. I don't know if you jumped into YouTube when this was happening, but we had this. It was during my channel like starting to pop off when I just got my first million subscribers, and I was getting like really good views. I
I
was
remember that.
spending a lot of money on these trips, and James was with me on a lot of these trips, and he was pretty pissed about this too. This is when YouTube started doing that funny little yellow monetization thing
Bro.
where they would
Ad
demonetize.
apocalypse.
It was the adpocalypse, and the same mother humper that ruined my prank channel, PewDiePie. He paid some guys on Fiverr to say something racist on us because he was like, oh, these guys will hold up a sign for anything, and he had them holding up this sign in public that was racist just to prove a point. And of course, there's Coca-Cola and Pepsi ads running on this video, and all these big companies pulled out of YouTube, and YouTube was, bro, they were scared. They were losing millions of dollars in ad revenue, like left and right. I mean, they're the ones that are making the money. It's not us creators. I mean, we make a little fraction of ad revenue. Like, these guys are making money, and you got to think they were losing money left and right from all these big companies pulling out contracts. So what did they have to do? They can't manually. They don't. I mean, they don't have the resources. They don't have as many. They don't have a lot of employees at YouTube.
Right.
They're not going to watch.
Just call somebody at YouTube.
Well, there's millions of videos being uploaded to YouTube even back then. So I mean, they're not going to. They had to develop this software that if it sensed something that was going to be non-advertiser friendly, they would cut it off. And me and James were going on these trips, spending thousands of dollars, and it was money that, of course, we were making, but we were putting it right back into the videos.
Right.
We would spend all this money, and then, of course, now you got to edit the video, you got to bring it back home, and we would upload these videos, and we wouldn't get paid for them because they were getting demonetized. I'm not gonna lie, bro, I had about, and you probably had it happen to you too, I had probably maybe 50 or 60 videos that I created that I spent a lot of money on, I spent a lot of time on, and I edited. I mean, it was, and not just me, a lot of Jody, James. Oh my, I feel so bad for James. And it happened to Mo. I think with James, anything that had a clown in it, it would get demonetized. So I mean, you know, when the whole scary clowns thing happened, and you know, we were starting to like make clown videos.
So you can't go to the clown motel and show any
bro. Yeah, for some reason on James's channel, when he would have the clown motel or something, demonetized. And he's like, bro, like, what the heck? We would upload our video. We see that discouraging little yellow sticker saying that you're not going to get paid for this video. It's just like, think about it this way, because some people are like, you know, why are you mentioning this anyways? Like, I don't care. I just want to watch videos. Like, look, okay. First of all, we're putting out content for free on our dime. It's our sacrifice. It's our time.
Right.
You know, we're so connected to our audience, and we want to show people that we're real. Some people are always like, you know, how come you complain so much? Like, why, bro? There's a lot that we don't complain about that we could complain about. There's a lot, but think about it this way. Let's say you work a week's worth of work. It could be anything, construction work, like whatever job that you do. Imagine doing it for a whole week or maybe even a month. There's some videos that I've created that took me, my Alone series, that took me almost a year to put together. And I did terrible. And I mean, it's, you know, maybe it was my storytelling.
Great series though, man. Great, phenomenal series, and so
I think
well
people
shot.
People didn't understand it. It was so good, but you know what? That was one of the most discouraging things that I mean, it was a great accomplishment, but I mean, I put, I don't think I've ever publicly said this. Like, I spent $150,000 on that series. And that was because I paid for every location. I paid for people's hotels. I paid a producer to help me do like the behind the scenes stuff. I mean, it was a lot of money. And, I think I got back about 20 grand from that $150,000. The only thing that was probably great about it is I got to write that off on my taxes, of course. Yeah. But I mean, there's things, what I'm trying to get at is if you work a week's worth of work and you somehow or another, like the boss comes to you, and I mean, you know that you did a great job with your work. You did a fantastic job. In fact, you should even get a bonus for how good you did your job. And the boss comes to you and he's like, we're not going to pay you today. In fact, we're not going to pay you at all for all that work you did. Sorry. I mean, bro, it's literally one of the most gut wrenching, kick in the nuts ever that you can ever get. Cause it's like, what? Like I just spent so much time on there. So, I mean, you know, sometimes where it might seem like, you know, we might throw a little tweet out there or we might say something. It's not that, it's not that we're complaining. It's just we kind of letting you know that we're human, and sometimes
It's
we go through some discouragement.
discouraging, man.
So
All
discouraging,
we
man.
use, I've used that word a lot in this episode, but that's with any job you have. If that were the case, you would feel you'd be discouraged. And I think a lot of people think because uh, I think they see the views, the cool places you're going to, and they figure, oh well, they're good whether they take a hit or not. It doesn't matter. Mentally, we take hits, and
Yeah.
we're still people, man. And
And this is our full-time job. Like we
it
kind of
is,
we depend on this, because
yeah,
if we're not making a certain amount, and I mean, and it's not all about money. I mean, obviously we have fun doing this, and we're very appreciative, like, of our blessings and all. But I mean, I recently, I was in a really dark place, Jody. And I mean, I know I talked to you like off camera before about it, but I mean, I had this one video recently that it took me a month to put together, and I put it out. I mean, just the research alone, it was such a great video. And I mean, even people that watch it, they're like, "Whoa, like this should
mhm.
have." I mean, it's not just about like numbers. I mean, have you ever watched a movie and you see the movie and you're like, "Bro, this movie, like,
All the time,
why
all the
didn't it
time,
blow up? Like, more than, like, no one's talking
yeah,
about this movie. It literally has such a small fan base. I mean, even some Disney movies that just they didn't perform well. I mean, that kind of happens
yeah,
to us as you. And I mean, that happened to me recently, where I put something together that was kind of piggybacking off something that did really well on my
mhm,
channel, and I was like, you know what? Just like that mentality, we want to be bigger, better, and do something. You want to top the next one. Well, I was like, man, I'm going to take the next one. I'm going to make it bigger and better. I'm going to put more research into it. I'm going to make the video longer. The video was a dud. Like, it was highly censored, or I don't know if it was censored or if it was kind of like shadow banned somehow, because like none of my subscribers saw it, and I think I made $100 off of it for a
wow,
month so of work. Yeah, and it was, and I did share my displeasure a little bit, not after that, but it was, I posted a video after that. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll jump on some trends, and I mean, that kind of did horrible. And I don't know if this happened to you, bro, but I think everybody that I've talked to that's posting on YouTube, um, in the last 2 months, it's like ad revenue got cut in half. And this last month, um, I was negative in my bank account. You know what I mean? Because I'm spending money on content and I wasn't getting anything back. And many people don't know this, but I mean, I have other businesses. I have other ways to make money, of course, but YouTube is where I spend the most time. It's where Jody
right,
spends his most time. So a lot of our money goes back into our channel, and it has to come back to us so we could keep. It's like a circle, and it helps us. It helps us pay taxes and stuff like that, and pays bills. I have one big bill that I have to pay every single month, and it's called alimony. I'm very open. I mean, I actually have never mentioned this before, and I mean, it's not a knock. Like, it's just something that I have to pay. My ex-wife, she's disabled and stuff, and she's not able to work, so that helps her out. But it's a lot of money, and I my last couple paychecks pretty much just it went to her, and
right.
it was because YouTube took it, and it's a lot of people. I talked to Twin Paranormal yesterday, and the same happened to them. Like their ad revenue, just it's pretty much like cut in half. And it's not just paranormal YouTubers, other YouTubers. I'm friends with other YouTubers that
There's something that's happened on the platform that's
something
pretty
happened,
noticeable for sure.
and I'm pretty sure it has to do with just ad revenue is kind of like stocks. So there comes
Mhm.
a certain time, like, during December, like December, you might see that, oh wow, my favorite creator is uploading every day. Oh, they're uploading every day because they're making more money. Like, because the ad revenue is so good. So I mean, it's actually like great. Like, upload every day because you're going to be making some more money.
Yeah, there's
But
certain months throughout a year that are definitely great for
they're
a
really
content
good.
creator.
June
Yeah,
June coming up because it's summertime. Like, ads. When it comes to people that are paying for those ads, like big companies and corporations, they'll pay a certain amount, and it's based off of supply and demand. And supposedly that supply and demand the last couple months has been very low. And it's just like right
Do
after
you
Christmas.
Do you think that's because there's so many other platforms now in competition that have blown up since YouTube? Like, like I
Nah.
know TikTok has helped a lot of people
Yeah.
become successful YouTubers, but then do you also think like now there's a certain amount of people spending their time on TikTok, on Kick, on Rumble, on Instagram, on Facebook, on the Reels and the Shorts? Do you feel like that maybe this is something that has affected the market, and the one thing that offset it was because when COVID happened, a lot more people were staying at home, and now that inflation is hit, there's so many people back to work, and that have to work now that maybe didn't have to work before, that sharing with this broad ass platform of platforms on top of
Mhm.
that, that it's caused maybe YouTube to not be as popular, but it's affected it in some kind of analytic way.
I have an analogy, and it makes sense because when I was early on in YouTube, they were kind of showing the progression of how much YouTube is going to continue to grow over the years.
Mhm,
And this is another reason why it's a lot easier to grow as a channel now than before, is because there's a lot more people. Like, even though there's a lot more creators,
mhm.
there's a lot more. It's YouTube is like the stage is always expanding, the audience is always expanding in like manner. That's kind of bad, because think about it, these advertisers, there's only one Coca-Cola, there's only one Pepsi, there's only one, like, they can't dish out extra money for the extra people that are coming along. You know what I mean? I mean, they can to an extent. I mean, that's kind of an analogy. I have another analogy too, and I think a lot of it is the short form content. I think that YouTube is able to still run ads on it, and they're looking at, oh, well, we can get more views. People are staying on these videos longer, because TikTok, TikTok's
Mhm.
getting ready to be banned in the United States. I don't know. I made a whole video on it.
I
TikTok's going
hate
to be
that for them, but I
banned.
feel like that's gonna help the platform, but
It's
that's
going to
just my
help
personal
YouTube.
belief. Yeah.
No, I do, but it's not going to help the platform like we think. I think it's helping the short form. I mean, as soon as you open
Mhm.
up YouTube, what's being shoved down your face is a freaking short video. It's not,
True.
even Instagram is the same way. So I mean, I think they're
Yeah.
kind of, they still like the long form content, but I think for YouTube, being that it's expanded so much, it's cheaper for them to have the shorts running ads
Wow.
versus a longer video. I mean, they can get more ads put in front of somebody that's there, like, with ADHD, watching these crazy short videos that are
They drive
like
me
7 minutes
crazy,
long.
bro. I get it. I
I
definitely
watch them
do.
too. Like, you get addicted to them. You're just like, what's this? Oh, a fight? Oh, somebody crashed into this guy's Tesla. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're kind of
Yeah.
fun to watch. Like, and then the police videos, like, they're interesting.
I think what gets me about it is the so
The
much
swiping.
different content going like this, and then you start to think, man, I just processed so much, dude. Like
I did, yeah.
I'm
Feel
getting
you.
further away from the sandbox days of going outside, put my feet in the grass, doing this
Oh
and that. It's like
man,
it's
bro,
one thing now
you
that
can
we
spend
have
hours on those short videos.
these hour videos that take our time, long form content, but now we got the short form content. And I think that actually Alicia said this a week ago. She said that she thinks that the only way new people are coming to long form content is through short form content. Well, I had this reel on the Hunting the Dead Facebook page that got like 1.8 million views like a week ago. I can honestly say the only thing that came from it for me
You
was
don't
like
get nothing.
800 new followers, and I think I made $5.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? For the people at home that they're like, "Oh, well, okay, so why don't you kinda ride that wave?" And I mean, obviously the short form content, we had Vine back in the day and stuff like that. So why don't you ride that wave and adapt to short form content, because maybe that's what you need to do to make money if you want to make money. By the way, it's a short video. You're gonna, it's a lot easier to make. I can make like 100 short videos compared to one video. Here's the thing, and Jody said it himself. He had a video that had are you frozen? Wait, what happened? Hello? Oh no. I think we just broke the internet.
Like the stock.
Oh no. Okay, if Jody's still, I don't know if he's recording this. Maybe it'll still be recording. I'm gonna keep talking. What was I saying?
We were talking about YouTube.
Oh, the shorts, the shorts. All right, so maybe he'll jump back on here. But oh no, I'm by myself. All right, it's still recording. All right, it's all good. He'll jump back on here in a second. But those short videos, they don't pay anything. Okay, and I'll give you an example. I had this video that it went super viral, and it was a short of a video that I made in the past, and I pieced it together to be a short video. And I just lost sound. You lost it too? Oh, you took that out.
Oh,
Okay.
is that why?
Yeah, no, it's all good. But it was it got 7.8 million views, or so. It was like something ridiculous. It got 7 million views, and I was like, oh my Lord, like this is 7 million views. That's insane. How much you think 7 million views pays on a short video?
I know, because I had a short that had a shit ton of views and it paid nothing.
It paid nothing.
Like $20 maybe on 7 million views.
So I'll give you an example. You get a 7 million view video that's like a 20-minute long video or an hour long video. It's gonna be, you're gonna make like a couple thousand, no more. You're gonna make like maybe $7,000. They say to take 3 zeros off. So 7 million.
Yeah,
that would be about $7,000 you would make. $7 million or 7 million views. Sorry. Hey, I'm still talking. Wait, I can't hear you though. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Your mic's not on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Hey, so
Okay.
I think you might be able to download this. I was still talking.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I definitely should still be good. I'm thinking here. Yeah, look, okay, so recording. Listen, guys, the power just went out here. We live in an area where if a squirrel runs across the power line, you're losing your power.
Oh
Omar, thank you for being a kind gentleman and only putting the tip in here. Please continue.
Yeah. Well, I was still talking. I was talking about, so I was kind of piggybacking on how you mentioned your reel that got like 1 million views or so, and I was comparing it to a video that I it was a short video that I ripped off like a long video and I put it into a short, and it was very action packed, very engaging. It had a good message, and it got 7 million views in like the first day or two, and I think it eventually just kind of died and stayed at 7 million. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like my first viral short video ever. This is awesome. 7 million views. I mean, you've had some videos that got into the millions of views. Like they pay really well. A regular video, right?
Long form content, yes.
Yeah. So a good rule of thumb is remove 3 zeros, and that's about what it makes. If you got a video that's 100,000 views, you're more than likely going to make, $100-200 off of it. So a short video that has 7 million views on it, it paid me about $15.
Wow. Whoa.
$15.
Oh, I was close. I said $20.
Yeah, it was $15. I mean, maybe Instagram pays a little bit more for millions of views, but a 7 million view regular video would have been like $7,000.
No, wait, are you saying that this is a video on a short form form content? Okay, so we're not talking about long form content.
No. That was a short. I
was
comparing because I was saying that, some people might be like, oh, well, why don't you adapt with the times, Omar and Jody, do short videos. Yeah. I'm like, bro, if I just did short, they're fun to do, but if I were just to do them, like we're not going to be able to do this very long. Like they're just not
Dude. The only reason I do them is if I go to a lot of cool places and it doesn't make sense not to make one since they are so short. It's really easy. 2 minutes of your time. Post it, see what happens. You get a few new followers. I never look at it in a money aspect. When I've heard people tell me they do that full time, I'm like, you must get hundreds of millions of views a month, because I've seen it on TikTok where I had a video get 1.2 million views. I got $4 from that. I got this one that got 1.8 over on Reels on Facebook. It's like
they make money off of sponsorships. That's what they do.
It's sponsorships and then getting the people
not from ad
those
revenue.
Platforms to watch your long form content. That's where the money's at.
If you look though, man, like the people that I'll give you a really good example. I have a good friend His name's Pete Monzingo. He was on my Alone series, and this guy is super popular. He does TikToks, and he's on Instagram. He's on YouTube. He does YouTube Shorts, and bro, he gets millions and millions and millions, like hundreds of millions of views on his short form content, and he's making money because he's got these huge sponsorship deals. But his money isn't coming from ad revenue. I mean, he's got a lot of views, so I mean, maybe he's getting some money there. But when you look at one of his short videos that's got, like, for example, 5 million views or whatever, and then you show his short or his long form content, it's like his long form content is getting nothing. It's literally like maybe 20,000 views,
Right.
which, I mean,
Compared to
that
millions
sounds
of
like a
views.
lot.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
That's let's speak that in like maybe smaller YouTube terms. Like, let's say you get 1,000 views over here on the short, and then you're getting 1 view over here. That's the comparison. It's like it's bad.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
there's
and
no
there's a major
bridge.
difference there. Well, here, I want to say it like this too for anybody, because now I think we're going to turn some people into content creators here, man, because they're going to listen and they're going to
Why
take some of
not?
these notes.
Hey, anybody can do this, man. I promise you. It's a lot easier now than before.
Absolutely, man. And you got 2 people that like have been doing it full time for quite a while. That short form content right there, you need to use that to get people over to watch your long form. When you
Build an
say like
audience with that.
20,000 views, depending on how many videos you're dropping and where you can get your like ad rates at, if you're consistent, or have a faithful fan base, you can make a hell of a living and do some great things with 20,000 views compared to those million views. A lot of people think their life's going to change when they get on TikTok and they get millions of views, and it's just not like that. I mean, the simplest way to put it is, how many ads can you run during a 10-second video? Bam.
Yeah.
How
I'm
many
gonna discourage
commercials
people.
can you do?
I'm gonna discourage people really quick, okay? Because I remember I had somebody come to me and they were like, they were in my video, and my video got like 100,000 views, and they were like, bro, like, does that mean you got $100,000 for that video? And I'm like, 100,000 views equals 100,000. Where did you get that number? Like, people think because a video has millions of views that the people are getting millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's not a dollar per view.
Like I said, I've had some videos with millions of views. They got $15. Like, it's not the same. And that's short form content. You can make some good money. Don't get me wrong, but where you make your money is if you're gonna jump on and you want that quick fame, you can do the short form content. It's very promoted on YouTube. It's very, very popping right now. You're not going to make a lot of money on it with ad revenue. However, if you start popping like my friend Pete Monzingo and Kelsey Davies, a lot of these people that do these short form content creators, they're getting these huge partner brand deals. And it'd be like to mention a brand on one of those short videos that gets millions of views, and that's how you're making money. That's how they're making money. Yeah. So I mean, there's still ways to adapt and make a decent like return. But I mean, it all boils down to working hard, being consistent, being on top
different,
of things,
like you said, being different,
being
man.
unique,
that's very important. Yeah, because
connecting with your audience.
If you come to the platform right now and started a paranormal channel, how hard would it be for somebody to stick out? It'd be almost absolutely impossible, right?
Okay, so I'll give you an example. I have a really good friend. His name's Kalani Ghost Hunter. Big shout out to him. Super nice guy. And he literally he like blew up on TikTok doing paranormal videos. Guy's very nice. His wife, Savannah, super nice. They're very young, ambitious. And I think he's got like 2 million followers on TikTok. He gets brand deals and he does pretty well, but where he would make really good money is if he was getting these same views on YouTube videos on the long form content, but it's not transitioning into that. And I told him one day, I'm like, bro, stop doing paranormal videos. It's not the thing. I mean, it might work with short form content because you got that person's attention for like 5-10 seconds and all that's cool. But to get somebody's attention for an hour, like, that takes a little bit more trust. That takes a little bit more connection for somebody. I mean, and the paranormal field in general is very saturated. It's very overdone. And not only just, I don't think YouTube is, I don't think they're
Pushing those
really pushing
videos.
it out. And
Yeah.
and it's not just paranormal content. It's I think it's just long form content in general, but like for sure the paranormal genre, it's a very small bubble. You know, back in the day when like maybe when my channel was blowing up doing scary videos and incorporating paranormal like investigating and stuff in it, that was a big trend where people that didn't watch the paranormal was watching, that they were watching for that. They were watching because they had a clown phobia and we had clowns in our videos, and they liked the urban exploring in the middle of the night. It was a trend. It wasn't people that enjoyed paranormal videos. Let me ask you this, bro, because I know that even in Hollywood, and we can compare the paranormal to Hollywood in this regard. How often do you see a really good horror movie hit the movie theaters within a year?
Oh, dude, it's very rare. It's come down to the point to where now the movie has to be buzzing from the time it's mentioned or a poster hits the internet for a distribution company, a producer, one of the studios to step in there and say, look, we're going the distance with this because we have enough. It's look, if you the way that works, if you tell somebody in Hollywood that you're going to remake a movie that has a big fan base, you're good. You're golden. They know it's going to make a few bucks. They're probably going to make their money back. But if you're bringing something new and original, what everybody fucking wants, you know, a lot of people are mad at remakes. They hate remakes, right? But if you're bringing something new, original to the table, unless you have a viral moment of people that are just excited to see what the hell's going on, you are not going to a movie theater. It's going straight to DVD, straight to live stream services.
Netflix.
Now, here's the good news about that. Depending on what genre you're in, you're golden, because guess what? The horror genre is fucking phenomenal. People live and breathe it. They get tattoos of it. Who's getting tattoos of comedies and romances? Like come on. It's a rare thing, bro. Like,
I think the fan base is strong, but like I this may be a disagreement here. Okay. So I was gonna say, when do you usually see a good horror movie, or even if it's a terrible horror movie, when do you ever see it hit the movie theater? It's usually around Halloween. But in other words, sometimes we got brand new movies hitting the movie theaters every Friday. Is it every single Friday? Is there a horror movie coming out? Like, so in other words, what I'm trying to say is even the horror genre in Hollywood compared to, let's say, thriller and action movies or a comedy, a romantic movie, it's like those movies are a lot bigger. That genre is bigger. It's almost like comparing, like, let's compare true crime as a genre. It's massive. There's a massive fan base for true crime when you compare that to paranormal. Like, so these, like, even the horror, you're a big horror guy, so I mean, you get to see that firsthand. But I mean,
this year is a great year for horror in movie theaters. I'll throw that out there. You can go down the rabbit hole. This year is a beautiful year, but compared to the amount of horrors that are coming out this year that are seeing movie theaters, it's sad, bro. It is fucking sad. And what you're getting at here is how much YouTube content is actually recommended that's coming out that's fucking good content. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I fucking love watching scary movies. Like, I literally watch scary movies a whole weekend. Like, I watch them by myself. I love scary movies, but not everybody loves scary movies. And that's the thing, is like, not everybody, like, if you're somebody, like, I love going to the movies, I love going to the theater, but like, are most people, I mean, the people watching this video right now are probably big horror fans like us too, because we all get along. But YouTube is not, it's not like that. They understand how it is, and it's the same with Hollywood. Horror, and as far as genre, I mean, if horror was as popular as, like, let's say, action movies or even sci-fi movies, if it was as popular, you would see a really good horror movie coming out every week. And think about, let's just hypothetically think, because this is a good comparison. Let's say that every single week there was actually really good horror movies coming out. Do you think that there would be a fan base that would consistently watch every single one of those? Like, they would get lost.
I do. I will disagree with you right there, only because
Ah.
I know the people. But I will say here's where I do agree with you. Okay. When it comes to YouTube, it does work the same fucking way. If it's not the hottest thing, it's not going to get recommended. When it comes to the theaters, are they going to sell more tickets for a romantic comedy coming over the weekend? People bringing their sweetheart out, their girlfriend? Yeah. They're
Actually,
not,
you know what?
you know.
This is a bad comparison, because like I'm comparing like Hollywood horror to the paranormal or horror like kind
No,
of
you got
genre.
a good
So
comparison there. There's just a different connection I'm
so
making with it,
let
and I
me,
think people will too. It because the recommendations are fucking Hollywood, bro.
it is. But the switch up now.
Yeah.
Let's say, because there's a lot of really good horror slash paranormal content creators that are producing really phenomenal content. And I mean, it's like every fucking day. So
Yeah.
let's just say, and I mean, this is my point that I'm trying to make.
It's overkill. It's overfill.
Well, no, because there's a lot of really good content. But what's going to happen when there's too much good content that's literally posted 2 times, 3 times a day? Let's say that every single day some really good scary movies are coming out. And I
Mhm.
mean, you're busy with your bro. You're not gonna catch this one movie here. Like this
Right.
movie might slip through the cracks. So I think that's my comparison, is like all these really good paranormal videos are coming out, and there's really just not enough people to watch them all. So I
See,
mean,
I agree with that. If you imagine standing in front of a movie theater and you see 7 poster places on the front of the theater, you're never going to see 7 horror movies across
right?
the
Yeah,
board on there. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So yeah, no, you're absolutely right, dude. And hey, we're at that point right now where there's I don't want to say too much and discourage any more people out there, but with everything being saturated, and there are a lot of great content creators, it is to a point right now. How could they, even with superior AI, know who to fucking push, bro? Who to promote, who to recommend? People get in that vein and they stay in that vein. Do you think it's because AI doesn't want to look for other people?
I think in the YouTube space, like they're just seeing a surge in these short form content videos. So they're just pushing those out more. Cause I mean, bro, I'm fucking guilty of it. I'll sit there and watch like 200 short videos, and like all this time goes by and you're like, bro, I just spent 2 hours watching all these short videos of police chases and a cat video and like a dog
Right.
video and a farm video. And it's like, you get, like you said, you get overwhelmed with all this content. And my ADHD is bad. Like I'll literally be like, and then before you know it, you're like, you watched all this content and YouTube picks up on that. So what are they going to
Right.
do? They're going to recommend more of that small, like short content right in your face.
Their
And
algorithm is eating that up. They're feeling the hit
that's
from
what
that.
it
Yeah.
is. It's not
I
that
get you.
like our channels are terrible and it's because, oh, Omar, you fell off. Oh, Jody, it's because your videos suck, Jody. It's
It's
like you've been
definitely not
lazy
because
lately.
of that, bro.
Bro,
It has
literally, your worst hater will look at your downfall and just try to rub it in your face. And I mean, they really don't know that we're
yeah.
putting all this extra time. And I think that was my kind of a trigger to some depression recently, is that and I'm not saying depression is an emotion. Like I actually have depression, but I mean, sometimes there's little triggers. And
Mhm.
when you have this extreme discouragement that hits you after you're really trying, you're trying so hard, and you feel like, man, it's me. And then you have this motherfucker come along and be like, it is you. You're an ungrateful prick. And you're this and you're that. And there's people like that. That's another
People
thing,
love to kick you when you're down, bro. And
bro,
we get to see
you're
it more
really
than most people because
it's
you
like,
got the following.
bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm tired of these paranormal debunking channels, bro. They are straight ass cancer. And if you know what I'm talking about, you can look up Jody debunked, exposed, this and that. And you know what? Like at first, I'm like, hey, they're more than welcome to form their opinion. I'm like, I don't care. Like if people have their opinion, but then it comes to a point where they're not getting views, they're not getting enough views, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna poke the bear a little bit more, and we're gonna start talking about his personal life. And then I had one recently that took one of my worst days ever and made a whole video about it and decided that, I mean, bro, it's literally the worst hateful type of content, and took my words and just kind of turned it around. And I mean, Mike Tyson said it best, is like, our generation has gotten way too comfortable with disrespecting people without knowing that they're going to get punched after. And I mean, some of these people are like, I'm not a violent person, but obviously there's some people that they reap what they sow and they get the karma later. But I mean, like, these debunking channels, they went from, okay, we're going to debunk these paranormal people, to like, we're going to literally just have the most hateful type of content, like talk trash about them. And I mean, some of them might not get too personal, but they're fans that absolutely hate you. It's a cesspool. They join in and they talk about your family. They talk about like your weight. They literally talk about every negative possible flaw.
But you know what? You're absolutely right. They do. And I agree with
They
everything you
engage
said
with
there.
it. That's the thing, is, you know how we heart comments? Like these motherfuckers will go and heart their comments when they're like these slanderous claims against you, stuff that, like, it's just like not true. You know, like some people will say things that, like, you know, my ex-wife left me because I was touching my daughter or something like that. Like, just some really bizarre
They'll just make up some
claims.
off the wall shit. Yeah.
And it's like, it's on the internet there. And then, like, you know, one of our fans goes and sees that, and they're like, oh my God, like, is this guy really like this? Like, is he really a scumbag like this? Like, I mean, did he really do those horrible things? I mean, is he really that ungrateful? And it's like, damn, bro, like, there's these debunking channels, they've gotten out of hand, bro. They've gotten like they've gone to pure hate. And they think that the reason why we're not getting views and stuff is because, like, oh, well, it's because we debunked their videos. And I mean, bro, some of their claims, bro, are
No,
literally
bro.
so.
That's
I got some
yeah.
videos, bro. If I mean, you know how some paranormal investigating is. You can go to a location and shit, like, nothing fucking happens. You know what I'm saying? And you upload the video and they're like, oh, you see that he was making hand signals to the person over there to make a noise or something. And it's like, bro, like, you know, sometimes I'll have a noise happen in a video and I'll automatically say, like, oh, you know what? Like, it scares me, it startles me, but I'll even kind of debunk my own shit and be like, oh, well, you know, maybe that was a raindrop that hit the roof, or maybe it was a rat running across the room or something like that. Like, but I mean, they have these claims, and then they use our names as clickbait to build their audience, and they call these videos like Omargosh TV exposed. And it's like, they really didn't expose shit. Like, I mean, it's like, oh, okay, like, you have your opinion on me, you have your opinion on my content, you can make a video on it, but like, okay, like, now we're going to talk about his personal life. Like, I can't find anything to expose on him, so let's talk about his personal life, let's talk about his relationships. And I mean, like, they literally create this, like, this hateful environment that I think that YouTube is going to eventually do something about it, because it's kind of gotten out of hand.
Dude, I agree with everything you're saying there, but I will say that I also look at it from, this is the main way I look at it. Okay. For one, any supporter that would go there and not just look at that situation, that person and what they're saying, and not think to themselves, like, this is kind of shady. Wait, this whole person's channel is about, oh, cutting others down, talking about what others did, this and
it's
that.
Straight up, it's
who is
bullying
this
and
person
slander
that's doing that? Like, we don't know. Hell, they could be a damn pedophile behind a mask for all we know, right? But here's the other thing. I will say this, okay? I will say this, Omargosh TV. I will say that they do us a favor too, because, to be honest with you, do we really want some of those people that like to be following us? Like, I've noticed
no.
Here's what I'll say. For ones that have made videos about me, like, I rarely ever fucking care, but when I have went down the rabbit hole and I see the comment sections, I'm like, okay, I blocked
Yeah.
you.
Block, yeah, block.
You know, like there are people that don't like us anyway. There are people that I don't like anyway. But I would think that half the people that go there to watch that content have a fucking brain and would say to themselves, "Oh, I see what he's doing. He can't get views on his own, so
I
he's gonna
caught
be,
on to something. I did catch on to something though, because some of these people that are in these guys' comments, because I've fished them out before, and I'm calling you motherfuckers out. They'll be telling us how much they love us, how much they love our families, and all that. And maybe, you know, we get a lot of comments on our videos. Sometimes we're not able, and some of these debunking channels, they're smaller. It's a smaller community, of course. Like, bro, when I was a smaller YouTuber, I would respond to every comment. I mean, you know, I had like 20 comments then. How are you going to respond to 1,000 comments, bro? It's just like you can't keep up with everybody. But they get a little bit of attention from this other person, and they kind of tell them what they want to hear, because this fucker already hates you. You know what I mean? Because he's a paranormal investigator. He creates shitty paranormal videos and he doesn't know how to tell a story. So he automatically points at you and he's like, oh, well, I'm going to expose him and I'm going to start using his name because, you know, obviously like he's fake and whatever. And I can't get views on my own. So I'm going to get views using his name. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be.
people,
You know what I mean?
bro, forget
But
one of the
they're in
most
their
important things.
comments. That's what I'm trying to say. These same people that are in your comments telling that they love you and they're on your Instagram, they're in their comments. They're on both. But the thing with the difference is though, is they become a bigger supporter of these hateful channels, because the hateful channels are smaller and they're able to interact with them and they feel like this sense of being where they belong. It's kind of like I don't know. They feel it's like a gang. It's like a group. You know what I mean? And I mean,
with you, bro.
our family's so big, so I mean, it's hard to respond to everybody. You know what I mean? So,
and I know a lot of people watching this, Omar, they agree too, because they have a brain, bro. But I love it when weeds pull themselves, bro. People
that's a good point, and they do.
People do such a favor to me when they remove themselves from my life, and then they show me what I will never miss again. I love that. Like, I think they like, I've seen people like, you know, go to the dark side or have something to say, and I'm just like, bro, thank you. And
some of them are like moderators,
you
like
know,
mods to your channel.
I've had so many moderators go.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, because I mean, it shows what kind of human being they are too. You're gonna act like you're cool with me and go over here. It's like, if you do believe in God, what do you think he thinks about that? I mean, one of the biggest things in the Bible is it says, "Judge not lest they be judged," and they got a whole damn channel about the fucking shit, and they're over here calling us saying we're the, you know, it's like, bro, where are your morals, principles, and fucking values at? Sit the fuck down.
By the way,
shave your beard.
For anybody, I'm not shaving my beard, but by the way, for anybody that's watching this. Thanks. I like your goatee, man. But by the way, for anybody that's watching this video, we never talk about these fuckers. Like, we never.
I don't care if they.
Okay, like I don't care. I won't even mention them on social media. This is like I won't even mention them by name. You know, there's a couple of them out there. You know what I mean? Like, if I ever saw them in the street, I'd shake their hand and be like, you know, hey, your opinion on me, it doesn't affect me. However, like, I think you probably got me wrong. You know what I mean? And bro, I've met some of these people before, and when you meet them in person, it's a different story. They're like kissing your ass and they're acting like a fan and stuff. And it's like, bro, like, you know, be real. Like, if you don't like me, you don't like me, obviously, you know, but you know, whatever.
Dude, most of these people would never say shit to our face, and you're a better man than I am. Of course, I try and be a Southern gentleman once in a while, but I will tell you this, man.
Jody's the nicest. Look, he's a tough guy, but I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. This is one of the nicest. He's one of the nicest. I mean, he ain't gonna let somebody. The same with me, bro. Somebody like, if somebody really goes to great lengths to disrespect me in my face, and like I peacefully try to retract myself from it, and they try to like do something, like, they're gonna get hurt. Like, I may be a nice guy most of the time, but don't push me to that limit where, you know, I have to protect myself, because I will.
Yeah, as you should, man. I mean, we have families.
I'm never gonna choose violence. I would always choose peace before violence, and you're a lot like that too. I'd rather make peace
absolutely,
with
dude.
some of these people.
most my enemies and even your enemies, I pray for all our enemies, dude, because being consumed by hate is one of the worst things in the world. We only have a
Mhm.
certain a certain limited amount of time on this earth, and I guarantee you, God's looking down saying, "What are you doing? You're
What
not
are you
supposed to
doing?
spend
Yeah.
it this way. You could drive to the 7-Eleven tomorrow, and you could get a plane could land on the highway, and you could just be dead like that. Like, you
Hopefully
know,
that doesn't happen to anybody.
I hope that doesn't happen, but that's how short life could be. You could be sitting in your
Yeah.
living room. We seen it last few months ago. A plane just landed right on a mobile home park in Florida, and people just watching their TV died. You think about this, to spend it being filled with hate. If you do believe in the paranormal, one thing you should believe is your spirit standing outside of your body saying, "Damn, I wish I would have spent my time doing something else rather than worrying about everybody else,"
Right.
living the life.
Being hateful and they say that there's more energy that is taken from you, like being worked up, being angry, and being hateful versus just being peaceful and having more love. Like it's they say that for every one negative person, it affects 3 positive people. And I mean, it's
Oh,
true. Like
wow.
if you go to a workplace, like I used to work in a salon, obviously, with some cranky women at times. And there was this one woman, bro. I was always like just chill air. I get along with anybody. Like this, I don't have enemies. Like if you're my enemy, that's your problem. But I'm not looking at you as an enemy. And these debunking channels, if they're watching this video, I ain't got beef with you, bro. I don't. I'll pray for
I
you.
think that we're to the point where we should be allowed to get a few words in. I mean, come on, your whole fucking channel's built
Yeah,
off of,
it's literally like, you're using my name for views. Like without my fucking name, you wouldn't have views. Straight up. Like
yeah.
you're not killing my channel. If our channels die, your channel die. I mean, but you're not affecting our channels. Let's get shit straight.
You better hope I stay around, boy, or else your electric bill ain't getting paid.
For real, man. Oh, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I was before I like jumped into that. Gosh, man, I do that all
Well,
the time.
well, I wanted to ask you an important question here, man.
Yeah.
Because when we are kids, we never say we want to grow up and be a YouTuber because that just wasn't a thing back then. Maybe now it will be. But what's something beyond YouTube, beyond hairdressing? I know, and you're a dope hairdresser too, bro. Like I've seen
Thanks,
some stuff
bro.
you've done. You're like you be working with those runway models and shit. But
Mhm.
what's something beyond YouTube that's just been in the core, man? It's just been sitting there in the loins. You just been thinking about for a long freaking time. Like, I'd really love to do this. Anything cooking? I smell the
Damn, bro.
wood burning.
You know what? You're living that dream of mine, bro. It's always been a dream of mine to make a movie. And
Oh
bro,
shit.
my homie right here has got Mallet 2 coming out. Like this guy
Thank you,
has
bro.
made these movies are on Amazon. Like you could get these movies on Amazon. Like, bro, I gotta give you a clap there, bro. Because
Oh
literally
man, thank you, dude.
this guy pulled this off while bro, this guy doesn't sleep, bro. Do you do meth or something? Like,
No, people have speculated, but no, just Folgers and high on life. You believe it or not, I've been
he
like
does
this my
drink a
whole
lot of
life.
coffee.
I do.
No,
I just had
I
a cup
mean,
before we started this.
being real with you, that's
Yeah.
always been beyond YouTube. And you know what? I got close to something like that doing the series because I was thinking TV, and many people don't know this. I actually hired like a legit TV producer that she produced Dr. Phil shows. She produced a lot of paranormal shows, Ghost Brothers, um, Ghost Hunters, which is one of the, that was one of the longest running paranormal.
Bro,
Like,
what did I say to you about that series? I don't know if you remember, but I said,
yeah, you said
dude,
it
I
belonged on
wish
Netflix. Yeah,
I 100%, Netflix has some
I needed more
requirements,
help
but
with it because I mean, I will say this, that I edited the entire thing by myself, and it wasn't what people, it wasn't like it wasn't a regular YouTube video. I mean, you got to think there was
looks like a
16
TV
different
show.
people, and it was hours of footage. It was hours of interviews, hours of B-roll. You had drone shots. You had tons of camera angles. I mean, it was stuff to sync up together.
You
So,
made your own animation with the map.
oh, bro, the little animation with the car going on the map to
Yeah,
show
that
that this
was
is going.
Really
Bro, that
cool,
was a
bro.
whole nother thing that it was a vision of mine that I wanted to put together, and I did it. And that was actually a dream of mine too. And whether or not that did good or not, I will say that I did feel accomplished when it was done, because it was my baby. It was something that it was a dream of mine to put together like a documentary, almost like a TV show. But I still want to do something bigger. But I want to do like my own horror movie like you did, or even
I
a
was
comedy.
gonna
I would love to
ask.
put a comedy together.
I was gonna ask if you did something, man. What did you think you would do? Do you think you would stay in the horror vein? Because I mean, obviously, you enjoyed the scary content. When we
Yeah,
did a
no, I
song
love it.
together, bro,
Yeah.
we did a fucking song about scary.
We did, and bro, that song is fresh, man. That song is fresh, man. I hope you're like all this stuff we're reminiscing on, man. You should be like throwing some of that video footage over this video, like showing some of the scary. Like that song was fresh, and the music
Dude, people
video
still to
was
this day will mention that song, and that's really powerful. Whenever, like, yeah, we both did music, we do
yeah.
music right from the beginning. However, we're not trying to become big in music,
No,
but
it's just fun.
somehow we still manage to live our music dream through YouTube. See, that's what I've
Mm-hmm.
always looked at YouTube as, man. That's all I look at it as. Like, is here's what it's given me now. It's given me the family I've never had, because like a lot of these supporters, man, I always look forward to seeing them and chopping it up with them. And a lot of them are great people, right? But that's one thing I've always looked at it as is it's a platform to get me to the platforms I've always wanted to be. I've wanted to do music since I was 9. So what do? I make a song, I put it at the end of the video. They're forced to listen to the song. It's the last thing
That's
they're gonna
so.
hear,
This
you
guy's
know.
good with marketing, man. That's the way to do it. That's smart.
Well, when we did that song, has it been 3 years now?
Couple years, I think almost 3 years, yeah, or maybe
Almost
it
3
might be 4
years.
years, bro.
And people
Song's
still
banging.
come and they're like, dude, man, when you guys doing another song, or I love that
Scary.
song. It's always something. But yeah,
The
even the
song was
music.
actually easy. It was easy to do the song. It was the music video, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you remember, like when you were an artist back in the day, because you were an artist kind of back when I was an artist. Well, like
Yeah.
where
Time
you just
frame.
like rapped
We just
and like
didn't
we
bump
had
heads, but
studios
yeah.
and stuff. But
Yeah.
bro, one of my biggest dreams ever was to have a music video, and like this is before, way before having access to like really good cameras, really good like gimbals. I mean, bro, my boy Jody filmed 2 movies. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? And he did it with his family, he did it with friends. I mean, it's not like he had this big production crew, and it's a movie.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so back in the day, like if you wanted a music video, you better hire, Steven Spielberg, or I mean, I
Right.
remember what's his name? Gosh, what's the freaking guy that did Beatles? Tim Burton. Tim Burton was producing some music videos. Like you had to
Yeah.
hire one of them mofos to get a music video. And I mean, it's like now, oh, we can make a music video. Like we have access to that. Every
We can do our
artist
own stuff. Yeah.
can do that. Like there's so many artists that, I mean, some of them are good, and they could have a music video and it gets like millions of views and they do well with it. So I mean, like that's a thing of the past now. I mean, like back in the day, you had to have this huge fun, and it was, man, it was crazy because you would make this music, and I love music videos because
Mhm.
it's almost like the color to a black and white portrait.
Yeah.
I mean, like have you ever listened to a song, but then when you watch the music video, it's like, bro, I love this song more because of the music video. It's just like, I
100%.
remember the music video Circles by Post Malone. I
Mhm.
heard the song before, and I thought the song was okay, but then when I saw the music video of him, like, trying to rescue the princess, and it's like, kind of like barbaric 16th century style, like medieval times, like, bro, I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is a
Yeah.
badass music video. And it kind of painted more of a visual. And I think music videos they're amazing for
You're
any
absolutely
kind
right.
of music. And I mean, we didn't have that back in the day. We didn't have the resources, and we didn't have the equipment to make. We can make movies, bro. And so I mean, yeah, long story. bro, you're my inspiration, bro. I
Oh,
want to
man.
one day either make a badass documentary or a badass like film. It doesn't have to be. I always wanted to create a horror film, but I think I want to create something that is like something with a really good story behind it. You know, like one of my favorite films of all time was an action, drama, and comedy and thriller. And this is probably one of your favorite movies too. What do you think it is?
If you're gonna say Step Brothers, then
No, I mean Step Brothers is funny as hell.
it's not action or thriller, but I
Forrest
mean,
Gump, bro. Forrest Gump.
oh, okay. Inspirational, yeah, it had
Bro,
that all.
I mean,
for sure.
like Forrest Gump, literally, if you watch that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Go watch the movie for some of your. I mean, this
Step
guy's
Brothers,
young,
Jesus Christ.
bro. Forrest Gump literally had one of the coolest stories. It had action, comedy, inspiration. It had every genre in one movie. And if I ever got to create a movie, I would love to do something like that. That literally every generation is saw. Like that was just such a well-made movie. And you know what? There was nothing crazy with like special effects, and it was like it had drama, it had it was just a great story. And
Bro, you know what the special effect is? It's you, man, because it maybe everything you've done to this point is to get to that point. Because when I'm telling you, when the YouTube videos, if you're a filmmaker and you look at them, it's hard to not look at them from a cinematic standpoint. Like this motherfucker knows what he's doing. So you
right,
take those same cinematics and you make a movie. You're the effect. You don't need no special effects, no green screen, none of
true,
that. You're
yeah,
telling the story with the camera. And what people don't realize is you see a guy sitting on the bench, doesn't sound that appealing, doesn't look that appealing, but the way you shoot that motherfucker, the color correction,
right,
the
yeah,
sound, the ambience, everything, you
that's
sew it up, put it together.
great. It
Guess
puts this
what?
whole story together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people will carry
whoever
it
was
for
a
the rest
part
of
of
their life.
that, whoever was a part of the production. I mean, that movie came out in the like the early 90s, bro. And you know what? Like people that are
The shot
born
of the feather, bro.
the feather going down, like it's
The longest shot
that
ever.
I will say this, bro. Like I love Star Wars. I love I'm a big sci-fi like junkie too, and I love like the Freddy Krueger and Jason movies from back in the day, the Halloween movies. But bro, there is just something so special about Forrest Gump. Like that movie, like just the way they told the story.
Does that amazing life adventure?
And I mean, it was made in 1992 or something like that. Like Tom Hanks was mad young
I
when
remember seeing
he
it in the
made
movie
that
theater,
movie.
man. They were very adamant that we had to see it at the theater. And at first, I remember I
watched
wasn't
it like
that
3 times.
excited. But when I seen it, dude, I cried. And still to this day, like they're like, oh man, they're gonna put on Forrest Gump. I don't want them to see me crying. You know?
It is. It's sad. That's another thing. It's got like a sentimental like. It's just it's a whole lot of emotion in one movie. And bro, if I ever got to create a movie, I would want to create, even if it took me like 5 years to make, bro, I would want to create a movie like that literally breaks history and people are talking about, and that's hard to do. So I mean, I'm not saying that I'll ever touch, being close to as good of a filmmaker as whoever put together Forrest Gump. They were ahead of their time back then. Whoever put that together with the filmmaking and the cinematography, like maybe it was Steven Spielberg did. Yeah,
I think it
I
was.
don't
But I
know.
was gonna say, hey, just spitballing here, but we could make a movie called Forrest Stump about a guy. It'll be a horror version where he just Forrest stumps people in the woods, and his name will be Forrest Stump.
Bro, this guy is so creative. There was this one time we were at we were talking about like freaking cheap cologne at the dollar store. And he made a song. He was like, Dollar Tree Gucci, got my Dollar Tree Gucci. And bro,
I remember that. Wow.
I still sing that shit like 2 years later, bro. Like Dollar Tree. Go ahead, sing it real quick.
Oh shit. Dollar
remember
Tree
it?
Gucci, got the Dollar Tree Gucci. Looking for a hoochie, man. We about to make a movie. Got the Dollar Tree Gucci. Dollar Tree. Yeah, it's something I don't know. But
what? Dude,
what about Steak the Booger on the car seat? Do you remember that one? No.
No. That's all you, bro.
No. I remember we had a lot of. That's how we came up with the song "Don't Be Scared." Was we were in the car and we were messing around, and we just were rolling off each other, and we started saying the same thing over. And before you knew it, we knew what the hook was going to be before I
Oh
think you
yeah,
even acquired the production in
yeah.
yeah,
The instrumental.
3 hours in the studio, and that song
Yeah,
was born. But if
bro.
you
I'll
ever
tell you
do
what,
the
man.
movie, bro, go ahead.
That music video, bro, it was like I've done some music videos before, bro, but I enjoyed. I mean, even though it probably didn't like get millions and trillions of views and stuff, but bro, I actually really freaking enjoyed like um when that music video was done, bro. Like I was like so proud of it. And I mean, not just because of like the editing and stuff, but like what like you and I put, I mean, even my editor that was helping out, Gene, like, bro, we made a badass video, bro. Like that was so like you could watch that video today, bro, and it's just like you can
It's
listen to the
great.
song is tight, but the music video, bro, that shit is like I actually thoroughly had so much fun. Bro, if I could sit back and just make music videos for a living and get paid for it, like pretty good money, I would do that because it was so enjoyable.
I
It's
have a
kind of
friend
hard.
that does that in New York, and she says that it's just the best, funnest job, the best thing she's ever
So
done
much
in her
fun.
life. And the one thing you never hear her lead with when she talks about it is money. She never mentions the
No.
money. It's just so fun, enjoyable, and there you go. There's more short form content, music videos, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes long. And you put those in front of people, and there's more time to digest more. And I think maybe that's at the end of the day is the problem is you can watch 1,250 shorts in 2 hours compared to one random nodding Jody Dean video in 2 hours.
I like your
But
random out videos though. They're
oh,
fresh.
dude, I love them too, man. Like views have played little to no part, for me. Like I enjoy
Just
them.
enjoy
They're
them. Yeah.
easy and fun to make, and it's funny because I've been on that trend now for 3 fucking years. So it's like it's been good to me, man. I'm super proud of what we've done. But one thing, man, I'll always be thankful for, bro, is us crossing paths and seeing you do your thing
Dude,
and grow.
100%, dude.
We we
I
we
love hanging with this guy. You
we've
know
had
what, bro?
quite the ride together and
Yes.
on our own lanes, and it's been a beautiful thing, man. That's why I really wanted to get you on here, and I'm glad you touched on some stuff. We touched on some stuff that I was going to ask that I didn't even ask, so I'm really stoked.
Oh yeah, I do want to say, man, one of my most memorable like filming trips, man, was with you. Like we had so much fun when we went out. We came back with so much content. Like we filmed our asses off. We went to
Yeah,
Alabama and some parts of Georgia and stuff, and like we filmed so much content. But we had so much fun on that trip, bro. Like I still can't. Like
we
I mean,
did.
it was so much fun.
Came home with
Like we just
14 videos, bro.
14, bro. It was
I came home with
insane.
14 videos, and I remember Alicia looking at me. She's like, "Damn, did you guys do anything else?" I said, "We did. We had a lot of fun, but we grind, and that's my favorite thing to do. It's funny when I just turned 40 in February, I thought to myself, am I gonna like slow down or want to like I don't know, like or something gonna change? I don't know if it's going to, bro. Like even right now, like if you were like, dude, let's go film a banger, I'd be like, fucking give me 2 seconds, let me
Let's
put these shoes on, let's
go.
go tap this bitch, bro. That's just it's in me. I love it.
And that's the thing,
Hey,
man. Like the filmmaker in us, dude. Like we can literally enjoy filming any. Like people always ask me, like, "Hey, what's your favorite thing to film?" Bro, I love filming anything as long as people
That's
like it
awesome.
and people enjoy it and stuff. But I mean, if let's say I win the lottery, bro, and like I'm like a billionaire, whatever. I mean, inflation is at its highest right now. I mean, we got to make some money. We got to put money into these videos. But bro, like if I'm like super rich one day, bro, I'm still making YouTube videos. Like, don't get
Yeah,
it twisted, bro. I'm still gonna do this because it's fun.
so
And
fun, bro.
bro, we're still gonna do content. Like it's just it's so much fun, man. But it's wow. Um,
Yeah,
we're so blessed, bro. Like I mean, it's I don't think
100%.
people like realize like how we're thankful for y'all. Like people, everybody like that tuned into this video. Like thank you so much. Like with we do work hard, but I mean, just because we work hard, we're not going to discredit y'all and say that y'all aren't a big part of our success because without y'all supporting our channels and coming by and sharing this time with us, I mean we owe it to y'all too. So and we're very thankful for you. So
absolutely, we sure are, guys. We love you so much, and do thank you for your time, and Omar, I thank you for your time, man, and bro, I can't wait to see what you do next. I hope you do make a movie one day, and I hope to God when you do, I hope you shoot it, because I know you'll do your thing, bro. And I think
if I make a movie, you're gonna be in my movie, like you know that. Like
I can help out somewhere. If you need a guy that knows how to make a shitload of blood, I'm that guy.
I'm gonna go ahead. This guy's my guy. He's got 2 in the bank already. Any plans for some future movies?
Dude,
I'm sure.
Yeah, we start shooting the next one in October, bro. And I haven't announced it yet, the title, but it's on IMDb if anybody wants to go down the rabbit hole. And
this guy's a grinder, man. I'm telling you, I've never met somebody that works this hard. But hey, man, thank you for your time, bro. I'm so sorry if this was like a too long of a conversation. Hopefully we didn't.
It's not too long. It was my longest one yet, though, and I very much. This is how we do, though, bro.
Can I throw one thing in real quick?
Yeah. This is my boy Al right here. Here, jump in.
Jody came out with this trailer on Mullet 2, and my girl.
Did you say mullet?
Did I say it wrong? Mallet 2. Mallet 2. I'm sorry. Mullet 2.
That's a whole nother film there, Al.
So, anyways, we seen the trailer, and my girl looked at me, and she was like, "How the heck did he make a movie like that?" And I said, "Babe, I don't know." So,
oh man,
congratulations, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
The trailer's dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
And bro, your kid he's a really good actor, man.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there again, bro.
Is gonna.
We talked about that earlier. You know, our kids are inspired by what we do, and he's won. Both of them now we're constantly looking up acting gigs for them and stuff like that. It's something they want to proceed. The day after we finished Mallet 2, they said, "When are we starting the next one?"
Bro, like, see, that's cool. When you can create something with your family and they actually want to be a part of it, like that's awesome, man. But hey, man, thanks for having me on, bro. I appreciate it, and appreciate everybody watching at home. Make sure to throw an extra like for my boy Jody here. This guy, I don't even know how he had time to do this interview with me, because this guy he goes hard.
So, dude, I always got time for you, man. You know it, bro. Hey, listen, pleasure's all on this side, but that means a lot. Thank you for all the kind words and being an awesome friend, man. And seriously, dude, you know, I hope a lot of people watch this so maybe they can be inspired. You know, there's no hate in our blood, bro. We're somebody who wants to see everybody be successful, and those guys live in a day and a time where you
expose us, bro. No hate towards them. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure some of them are nice guys. Maybe that's just the way they make content and stuff. We don't got any hate towards y'all. I mean,
yeah,
you know, you might have some hate towards us, or maybe you put on the persona that you do, but we're not saying don't go to their channels and, you know, tell them try to stick up for us. You're not sticking up for us by doing that. With these people, we're going to be 100% real with y'all. We don't have time to even think about them. We're so busy already. I mean, there's every once in a while somebody might like send me something on Instagram and be like, "Bro, did you see this?" Like, and I'm like, "Why did you show me that?" Like, I don't want to know that I was fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the word fat blocked. It's a blocked word because people were saying how fat I was in videos sometimes, and I was like, "Bro, I don't want to be reminded of how fat I am." Like this,
PHAT.
Yeah, no, this was FAT. Like, you know, oh
well,
got a little extra chin on your chin, Omar. Like this, bro. People are so like they don't realize that we're people, and they think that we're like statues or something. And it's like, bro, be nice, man. Just be nice. You know, and we should be in this, especially in this day and age. And I'm just going to say this real quick before we close. Instead of like hurting each other, tearing each other down, we should be building each other up. I mean, this is like life is short. When we get to the end and we're in judgment, God approaches you and he's going to be like, you know, why did you just tear everybody down? I mean, those people are human just like you. They have emotion and feelings just like you. And you tore them down when you could have built them up. And I mean, you don't know what somebody's going through. Everybody processes things differently, processes hurt differently. Like, you know, I mean, we're all different, but we all share a lot of common things. And instead of tearing people down, you know, build each other up, man. That's what we need to do.
I love that, man. What a great way to end the show too. Appreciate that, man. Great words there from my buddy. Listen, guys, build people up. We love you guys so much. You know, we post every week here on the Scream Scene. Make sure you smash that like, comment below, share this on social media. Be back here in a few days, but until then, ladies and gents, sweet nightmares.